What's up, everyone? Today I'm going to show you how to reuse your old sketches for a current project. We're going to start right now. Alright, on my screen you'll see a sketch from 2012. I was working on some different trading card games at the time, and I had a lot of sketches that I went through. And I recently was working on a project, just very recently, like yesterday or the day before, where I needed to make some graphics that contain different characters. So what I was looking for was this character right here. I needed to make this thing quick because a lot of times when you're working in graphic design or you're working on any sort of commercial art, you don't have the time to go through and draw something from scratch and work something up. So it's really important to save and archive your old sketches. And by archive, I mean go through your sketchbooks and scan in some of those ideas, because a lot of times your ideas are solid even if the draftsmanship or the construction of the sketch is maybe not as solid, because we get better over time. Sketches that I have going all the way back from 2006, 2007, 2008, some of them are really hard to look at because they're just not very well constructed. The anatomy is a little off or whatever, but the idea was solid. And so you can go back and use those ideas. So let me show you real quick how I put that together. Here I took the idea, cropped it down to the area that I know I really needed, which is just the upper body. And then I flipped it, as you can see. Right off the bat, I noticed that the hands were really enormous, so I just lassoed this back one and made it a little bit smaller, just to get a starting point. Then I threw a layer over the top of it because I knew I was going to kind of sketch a slightly different design over the same structure. And so here I have that underlying sketch that I did. I can probably turn that up a little bit. There we go. So this was the sketch that I did over the top of the idea. This allows me to sort of capture the essence of the original sketch. From there, I just went through and darkened up all the lines, added a quick color gradient, a few effects, and voila, I was done. Then from there, I simply went through and scaled it down and outlined it, and I was ready to use my graphic. This whole process only took about 20 to 30 minutes from the time that I started looking for the sketch, and maybe even less. So it's really important to have a database of sketches and ideas ready to go. It's even more helpful if you can categorize them, but that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you today, was utilizing those old sketches and bringing them back, because you can kind of use the same pose or the same sketch for a lot of things. On that same note, another thing that you can do that's commonly used in comic books is when you have a sketch for, say, a character's face or something, you're going to reuse, or you're going to be redrawing those scenes very similarly. For instance, a close-up of a character that's a main character in your book. You might have to draw a close-up of that character many times. If you've drawn the character enough, it's not too hard to just kind of sketch it out again. However, if your character is somewhat new, or you're just kind of getting started on a book, it may be difficult to consistently draw that character's face. And one of the ways that you can kind of quickly do that is go back, grab those sketches, grab a face from a previous page, crop it, bring it over, sketch it over, and then change the facial expression slightly. Don't leave it exactly the way it is, because people will begin to notice all the faces are exactly the same. But it is a quick way to sort of keep efficient and keep things consistent. If you like this video, please consider becoming a subscriber down below, or becoming a member of Patreon at patreon.com/ActionLine Studios. Thanks so much, and until next time, keep drawing.